This is the recording of NitroCena, Diamond 1 2v2, looking for help with my 2v2 game sense and awareness. I figured that doing a video would be better. Also, I wanted to kind of get some practice using this. And so, yeah, I think that's about it. Let's get started. Okay. Kickoff. That was a decent kickoff. Coming back. Pushing up. That's alright. It's alright. Pushing. So far, nothing too bad. Yeah. Okay, so here specifically, I think you're being a little too slow. You definitely should have. So you did okay. You did good going to goal. He missed. You should be reacting here. It was a little too slow, and then on top of that, you boosted, stopped boosting, and then kept boosting again. You should have never let go boost to begin with. So yeah, you're reacting way too slow on that. This is bad. This is pretty bad. So you missed missed shot. You reacted too slow. Stop boosting. Definitely should have kept boosting. If you're going to challenge, you might as well challenge 100%. Here, once you land, you should not be following this at all. What you should be doing is just rotating back to goal. You should not be following this along the wall, along in the channel, anything like that. You should definitely 100% be going back to goal. And then see, you end up hitting it. You end up taking that away from your teammate, which would have got the clear. Now you have no momentum, lost momentum, have zero boost, and you've effectively changed the spots. They still have possession, they still have boost. The only thing that you changed is you just switched the side in which it occurred. So that's really bad. And then you rotate into your teammate. The second I already see this, I already know you flip. You can't do anything about it. You're going straight into the path of your teammates. He's not. Yeah, you mentioned he was being passive. So far, he hasn't been passive at all. You're gonna collide. That's not good. It's just a big problem because now if the ball is rolling, let's say the ball is rolling right down here, you now block his path. He has to worry about dodging you and getting to that, which is tough. Or you just straight out clear him out the way, and that's not good either. Yep, hit your teammates. That's not good. Be careful here. It's real easy to creep out. Yeah, it's real easy to want to creep out here. But you can see that this guy, he's definitely going to turn around. Definitely ready to challenge that. But I see you're creeping out because your teammates got it, or is about to make it clear. You miss. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is kind of tricky because it's not really tricky. You definitely just gave away possession. Your teammate's out of the play, so and you know he has no boost. He's not going to be able to get it. So you effectively just clear it. You just clear this ball straight to the other team. Now, you got lucky that this guy's taking boost, and so he's going to veer around, but it's still not that lucky. You still pretty much just gave away possession to the other team. I definitely wouldn't recommend that. You would have been better move is if you just tapped it off the sidewall and let it bounce. You pretty much just pass it to yourself while you move down, or you just stay behind it and maybe try to just take it up, roll it up the wall completely, and then probably try to clear it there or something like that. That would have been much better. Either one of those options would have been better than what you did because you just rolled it back to them, so they have possession now. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, hit it. Okay, yeah. The problem with this is so far. I mean, technically it was okay, but you should definitely the second you get this boost, you should be turning in. Here, you should be you should definitely be slanting. The second you got this boost, you should have been going slanting more toward the goal, so that way you'd be a lot closer to the ball. If you would have aimed for the backboard, you pretty much would have been screwed there. And if he was actually aiming for the backboard, luckily the ball wasn't that strong and it wasn't that big of a deal, or it wasn't that big of a deal. But you definitely should have been more. You definitely should have been closer to the goal line, and you would have more control. Yeah, and because you're so far, you had to rush. You had to rush the ball, and you had to stretch out and overextend in order to get a touch on it. Um, and this you'll see that this definitely sets you up. This definitely messes up your follow through. So if you were closer, you'd be able to have more control of it, and you would be able to roll it smoothly. So right now you hit it, yeah, and because you hit it up, I mean because the ball had a bounce, now the ball is noticeably further away from the wall. So the ball and the wall are not close. That's a lot more difficult fall through. And plus it's wonky. It had an awkward bounce off the corner straight up into the ceiling. So that's really awkward. What would have been better is, like I said, you would have, if you would have, okay, you got this. If you would have been closer, then you would have been more composed, and hit you could have hit this ball higher. So instead of hitting where you did, you hit it underneath the ball, and so that lifted it. Yeah, because you're hitting here, that lifted the overall trajectory of the ball. What would have been better is if you hit it up here and flipped into it, and that would have kept the ball on the ground. And if it was on the ground, it would have rebounded. It would have rolled smoothly up the wall, and then you could have got boost or whatever, and then cleared it like that. So you would have been able to clear the ball or make it pass, do a lot more things than what you would currently occur. Yeah, you just misread the touch on that one. Stuff. Here, again, you did it again. This is tough. This is really bad. You're rotating. You're flipping directly into the path of the teammate, into your teammate. You need to trust him on defense. Leave him. You need to give him space. You need to rotate behind him. Give him space. Trust that he's gonna make that shot. And right now, you're making it worse by rotating into him. Even if you get close to hitting him, just the fact that he has to look at you for a split second might affect his judgment, or you might affect him. You never know. So it's better. You don't want to just barely pass by him. You definitely want to give him a wide angle, a lot of space, and go back post. But okay, let me see. And if you notice, actually, the fact that you did that, you made uh, such a narrow angle toward goal is the fact that you had to make such a narrow you came in so narrow is that you had to turn around super sharply, and this kills your momentum. If you had a wider angle, you would have kept more momentum. So if you were going in a lot wider, you would have kept more your momentum and your speed, and you could have boosted out. But you had to go here, slow down, and then go that way. Yeah. So let's do that again. If you did a wider angle, it'd be much smoother. You'd be able to go out and you would have kept your momentum and kept your speed and everything good. But because you came in, your angle into the goal was so sharp, you had to go again. Then you had to go. So this is too slow, too clunky, not fluid. You got to work on doing wide rotations. You're going forward, so far everything's fine. This kind of touch you're gonna get. Okay. Yeah, if you were faster, like he barely beat you. I mean, he barely 50 that into you. But if you would have been smoother and faster, that actually made a difference because now that was a 50-50. Instead of you winning that and beating him, that that turned into you losing, or you at the very least tying, which I think. I mean, it's not really. I wouldn't consider it a straight loss because you popped it up, but it's not. It's not too far off. It's not very. If you would have won it, you would have took it up. You would have been able to dribble it up the wall and do a lot more with it. But the fact now that it's high in the air, but it's really close to the wall, so your teammate down here does not have a shot in at all. So yeah, little things add up and build into other plays. So that the fact that you went slow previously affected you for this play here, right? Because you just barely got beat, or you barely you 50-50 did up to it. But if you were faster, you would have beat him, you know. Um, little things like that make a big difference, and that's what you want to focus on. Chips it over your guy. You know what I'm doing? Stay back. Okay. Not bad. You actually did better this time. Uh, you gotta be a little more patient. Yeah, okay. These three questions through. Okay, yeah. So far everything looks good. You gotta wait. There's no point in jumping for this. The ball is weak. The trail is coming down. You can just tell by how weak the trail is and how slow it was that there was no need for the jump. Just control it and do just like last time. You control it, meet it to the ground, and you in that way you'll be able to. Instead, what you did, you passed it to him. But if you would have controlled that, you would have been able to roll that back up into your corner. Like I said, you'd have been able to roll it into your corner, get it up, get into a challenge because you probably wouldn't want to go this way and up the wall because he's just gonna be there to challenge it. But if you go into your corner, create space, create time, let your teammate who missed, give him time to rotate back. Okay. Okay. Definitely shouldn't be. You're definitely encroaching. You should definitely be patient and be in goal right now. Okay, that's fine. You pick up boost. It's not really dangerous. You shouldn't turn here. You should definitely rotate back into goal and it come out. Like I said, if you have time, take a take a bigger angle because the more angle you have, the more comfortable you can be. More momentum you keep. The if you have time to take that better angle, then you have more momentum. You can do more with it. You can get a big clear, a big pass to your teammate. You can switch sides if you have a big good enough angle. You'll be able to hit the ball to the other side. And, switch the field. Uh, you'll be able to do a lot more things than being pinned right here with no momentum. See what happens. Yeah. And plus, you're next to your teammate. You're in the same corner. This nothing good come with it. Nothing bad's probably gonna happen because this guy's in the air and that guy is pulling back. But at the very least, it's probably more 50. Mm, yeah, yeah. That's bad. You ended up missing that. If you were a little further back, you were a little more tucked in. You definitely would have been able to. That would definitely would have been an easy touch and from distance, well better composed. But since you were so close to your teammate, you really you ended up misjudging it because you had to react so fast because you were so close to it. That's why spacing is very important. Spacing makes a big difference. It's just people don't talk about it as much because it's something that's very subtle and spacing and positioning is very subtle, but it makes a big difference in pretty much all assets in all factors throughout the game. So that's really important. Okay, miss the boost. What's going on? Okay, you go back to get it. That's bad. Okay. Okay. So you go. Okay. You missed the boost. All right. You missed the boost. It's bad, but it's not the end of the world. Okay. Right now you have your team in a two. Your teammate is in a 2v1. It's two versus one. It's really tough. Um, nothing. It might not be anything. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's a scoring opportunity to true, but you need to be back to support your teammate, and you're way out of place. So he's in the 2v1. The last thing you need to be doing is slowing your momentum down and going back and get boost. I noticed you slowed down your momentum a lot, and you need to. I think that's something you definitely need to bring more into your game. You already missed a boost, so get that out of your mind. Just keep your momentum and pick up this pad, and then pick up the boost. I say pick up this pad because worst case scenario, or you know what? Actually, you can just go straight. You can rotate straight back, hit. I believe there's one pad here, one pad there, and call it a day. Or maybe actually even hit that pad there. So you have. So I think hitting that pad there, and that pad there. That's probably what I would do. I'd flip into that, or if you have enough time, then yeah, you can go for the big boost. But you definitely should not go for this. That's slowing your momentum, and you're still out of position. You need to minimize the time that you're out of position, and then you're in awkward spots where you're the least effective. Okay. Um, your teammate pulls. But see, yeah, you managed to get to this. That's what I mean. Like you managed to get to this only because your opponent was too slow in capitalizing on a moment. The higher you get in ranks, the faster they will capitalize on it. You will not have this time. The fact that you got missed and you went back to get that boost, that guarantees you this would have been a goal if it was champ, right? Champ 1 plus. That's why that time matters. If you flip to get that boost, you'll be able to make this safe, and on top of that, you'll be able to make a much more comfortable save. Yeah. Okay. Could have done better with that, but it is what it is. Get demoed. well, you have, yeah, okay. You need to take much better angles. Like I said, you need to rotate deeper. That's a big issue I'm noticing. You need to rotate deeper, and you tend to give away possession. So in this case, the fact that you didn't rotate deeper into the net, you ended up approaching this at a very awkward angle. You have time. You definitely could have rotated. I'm not saying you rotate as deep as I was saying previously, because obviously you don't have that much time, but you definitely have enough time to orient your car and get much closer to the net. So instead of being here, I need you to be here and maybe a little further back. If you'd have had time, if you'd have rotated deeper and maybe like a little further back towards goal, then you would have that ball would have bounced or did whatever, hit, and then either bounced out and you'd had time to make a clear. You being in a better position gives you more freedom. It gives you more options to do what you want to do and react. Obviously, he's here, so you don't have much time. Probably don't want it to bounce out, but you definitely have enough time. You actually probably do want it to bounce out. Bouncing out is fine. That's not an issue. As long as you can get to it in time, then you're good. But the fact that the reason, um, but the fact that it was awkward, it was tight, and it was a weird turn for you. You ended up just tapping it uselessly away from you. You pretty much just gave away possession again. And it's also important because your teammate is out of play, so you also need to make sure you're buying time for your teammate. He was clearly out of play. Actually, let me grab real quick. Yeah, your teammate is still there, still trying to flip back to you. Yeah, so your teammate's still here. You need to give him time to rotate back in the goal as well. So that's why you need to take your time a little bit, back in, tuck in. That's tuck into the goal line. Be a little bit closer to. You need to be parallel with the goal line. And you need to be tucked in a little closer to it. That'll help you out big time. Because you need to stall right now for your teammate. Now is not the time to be making weird touches and weird awkward touches and not giving him the time he needs to rotate back. So yeah, you pretty much like I said, you just gave him back possession. If you controlled yourself a lot, you probably could have hit it over him, could have hit it above the wall, you could have cleared it downfield. You could have done a lot more if you were tucked in better, in a better position. Managed to hit this, wasn't too bad. That's nothing to really say here. Okay. Okay. That's rough. Let me see what happened here. Yeah, I think this was on your teammate. He definitely challenged. He definitely should have stayed in, stayed disciplined, and not leap up and not leak out into the corners. Luckily, they miss. You had no reason to jump here. You tend to pre-jump a lot. You had really no reason to jump here. He's clearly already missed, but you're jumping here. You're jumping trying to react to a shot. You definitely should not. Again, stay in control. You want to hit the ball. Your first touch is very important. You want to hit the ball with with uh, with a plan. You don't want to pre-jump because when you pre-jump, you're just hoping to make contact most of the time. You want to make contact with this ball, like I said, roll it up the field, start a dribble. You know, do you can do anything. Just don't do what you're doing now because you're just pre-jumping into it, and you end up hitting it out whichever kind of way. You follow it up, which is somehow it works out, but okay. Also, this is really bad. You just gave him a very cushy pass to goal. Like there was no reason to do this. Um, you definitely should have just hit it midfield, pass it to your teammate. You definitely should side flip. If you do a side flip out off of the wall, you definitely could have at least ejected that ball into the midfield to your teammate. So, um, you definitely don't want to. It's And if you mess up, it's not really all that great to just roll down with the ball or like go down with the ball. I do this. I have a bad habit of doing it sometimes too. But if you do that, you at least want to keep the ball near you and either go for a 50-50 or try and turn it into a dribble play. If you're not that great with dribbles, and like try to go for a 50-50. Luckily, you have enough time. He's pretty far back, but you also got a guy behind you, so that needs to be taken into consideration too. Um, if all those being equal, I mean, you definitely should probably just try and pass this mid, hit it out mid for your teammate. But again, that shows that you're not really thinking about him. You're not really aware of where he is positioned. We clearly saw him last play rotating into goal, so he's most likely still in goal. You definitely should be passing out to your teammate or putting the ball in the middle. You have enough time. The guy's far enough away. Instead, you just roll down, and this flip is essentially useless. You're better off staying, keeping your car just how it was, just flat, flat, parallel to the ground, and then just letting it bounce off your hood, or just turning into a dribble play, or just like trying to catch it and keep your momentum and keep the ball closer to you. You were better off doing that than just flipping it just because you felt like you had to. All right, that wasn't too bad. Okay, again, this one wasn't bad. Yeah, you just missed that. You gotta, that's a mechanical thing. You gotta work on. Okay, again, you gave away possession. This is bad. Like I said, take it up the wall. You don't have to hit it back. Rocket League isn't just a game of he hits it forward, I hit it back. You know, you definitely don't need to do that. Here you should have rolled it up the wall. You definitely should. You got time. You got time. He's landing. He's probably low on boost. He did a big clear. You have so much time to take the ball, hit it up the wall, and trying to go up for it for an aerial or something like that. You aerial after it, maybe put a shot on goal, aim for the corner, whatever. You have so much time to do anything, but instead you choose to give possession away and give them back possession. I think this is maybe the third time, maybe fourth. I don't remember, but you have a real bad habit of giving away possession. That was a useless touch. That touch absolutely had no reason to be there. Even if you did would touch it, all you would have done was pass it to him again. Again. Yeah. Absolutely useless touch. So pass it to him. Luckily, he passes it back to you. Great. Maybe if you're, I wouldn't say pass it back to your teammate because this is game one. I'm not sure how he would respond to that. I probably would have ended up tapping it or hitting it back to him, or at the very least hitting it across court. Going for a cross court. So roll it that way. If you're really bold, you can kind of maybe pass it to your goalie so he can get a strong, powerful clear. But definitely you don't want to do what you did because that touch was essentially useless. It was going in the corner. It was going to be safe anyway. You were better off leaving it for your teammate and rotating out, or like I said, hitting it back mid, cross court or near your teammate. But instead, you try to get some kind of touch. It's pretty useless. Didn't do anything. You just wasting time. And then you're not rotating back. You're not leaving. You're not rotating back to your teammate. He's already ready. He's probably ready. He's ready to come in and read that with a fresh perspective. He's been watching the play from a distance. He's full on boost. He's ready to go. You understand? You have a big advantage when you're the third man in terms of how you approach the play. This guy's in the mix. He's in the mix. The ball's on him. He can't really see much. He doesn't really know. The other guy, he's on edge. He's far back, back too. But if you leave it to your goalie, he's gonna have a much better chance of capitalizing. Okay, you take a control dribble. It's not the end of the world though. You cut rotation, but it wasn't that severe. It's understandable. Try to go for a dribble play, you miss. Understandable. I mean, it is what it is. That's like I said, that's mechanics. You're gonna have to work on that later. Definitely shouldn't win for this. This was really bad. And you gotta trust your goalie. You gotta trust your teammate. You're not the only one on the field. What you 100% should have been doing, you should have just kept on your route, and just rotate back to goal. That's it. Nothing fancy. Just kept on your route, rotate back to goal. Instead, you cut in, and you end up double committing. You and your teammate end up double committing, and it's not the teammate's fault. It's 100% your fault. That's definitely his ball. It's definitely his ball. Yeah. And now, wide open net. It's a wide open net. This is a goal 10 times out of 10, and anything other than anything higher than Diamond 2. Probably anything higher than Diamond 3, let's say that. So yeah, it's rough. He ends up missing it. Not good. What do? What kind of touch you take? Okay, not a bad touch. Okay, take up the wall. That's bad, not bad. Okay, go up. Just leave. Cool. That's how you need to play a lot more. You need to play that way a lot more. Bad touch. It is what it is. Be careful. Be aware when you're rotating out. Right now, you're pretty much useless. This is a good time for you to turn off ball cam, look for where your goalie is, and rotate behind, or your third man is, and rotate behind him. I say it's your goalie because you kind of left him in a position where he can't do nothing but be a goalie. And even then, you take that responsibility from him periodically. So, yeah, turn off ball cam, go out, leave the play. It's no longer your play. Let him read the play and make his judgment and jump in when it's the right time, not when you think it's the right time. Not It doesn't matter if he can get a touch on it. It matters if he can get the right touch on it. Okay, that's when you want to go. The right touch, not just a touch. Yeah, again, that was useless. You being there completely did nothing for the play. Whether you were there or not, that play was about to happen. It served no purpose. And now you're slow on the recovery, and you're leaving your guy in a 1v1. Now he handles it pretty well. He hits it around him. Now he gets another hit. Probably should have hit it up, but that's fine. It is what it is. Okay. You definitely, I don't think you should be this close to the wall. At the very least, you should definitely start veering. Now is about the time. I mean, you got here. You should have been a little bit over here. But either way, now is the time is to start veering towards goal. Start veering out. Like I said, get you a nice angle so you can make a clear pass, etc. Already been through that. But you're way too close to the ball. The angle is so sharp, severe here that you're not going to be able to make a good touch off of it because you're so close to the wall. And you end up, again, what a coincidence. You end up just passing it back to the other team. Your goalie hasn't, and your third man hasn't even rotated back yet. So, yeah. And then you backflip into it. Now's not the time to jump into the play. Now is the time to let your goalie work, let him do his thing, and you start in goal just to make sure, and then you go back out. Look, and it was a 50-50 too. You definitely don't want to be jumping back on 50-50. You always want to be very cautious on 50-50s. Now it's a big shot. Okay. It is what it is, not the greatest hit. Okay. Again, I mean, it was alright. It wasn't too bad, but okay. I already knew it was coming. Yep. I already knew it was coming. I can see it from now. You might be thinking, what's wrong with this? First, again, you need to come in a little bit closer. You need to really come in. Really give it a nice long curve. You kind of want to time it. You want to be just pulling. You want to be just pulling here, right? You want to be just hitting here when he is rounding that corner, because that'll give you the timing of it will be good, would be good enough for you'll still have momentum, because you don't want to do it really quick, because if you get it really quick and he's still here, he hasn't brought the ball around the corner yet, then you just have to sit there. You're just kind of dead. Yeah, you don't want to just be quick. Then you'll be just sitting there and you'll just be dead, no momentum, and he'll just only be right here, and you still have to stop away from him. So you want to kind of time it. That's why I say go gradual. You want to time it right when he's here. You want to go, and he rounds that corner, and be here, ready to attack. But even if you didn't do that, okay, okay. So even if you didn't do that, you get here. Problem with your car facing here, again, you're not tucked in enough, which you should be. Instead of being here, right, this is for wheels, you should be here, tucked in a little bit more, facing out, right? So you should be facing more, not necessarily toward the ball. Let's you should definitely be facing here. Wheels, right? You should be facing here. That will give you the best option. Let me see. Yeah, if you were slaying it out more, you can probably even more so than what I'm showing. But if you were slaying it even further out, like this, a little bit further back. So let's say here, you'd be able to attack that, and you'd be able to go up and attack the wall. If he rolled down a curve, you'd be able to still drive up the wall. If he ended up rolling up the wall, you'd cover the most ground like this. So you can cover the pass, cover if it's in the trench, or you can cover if it goes up the wall. So yeah, all around your positioning definitely needs some work. Pushing up. Okay. Yeah, I think you definitely should have rolled up with the wall on that one. But it is what it is. Again, mechanical mistakes, you'll figure it out. Can't go up the wall. Oh, actually, that was good that you did. Hear what I said. Okay. You managed to get a touch on it. Okay, that's good. You're rotating back. Hit boost. Okay. Okay. Definitely need to be more patient here. You You got time. You can clearly stop. He's bagging up. You jump way too early. You don't need to jump here. Get closer and get ready to put a shot top shelf. Yeah, you have way too much space between you and him. The goalie clearly stopped. You probably weren't paying attention. You probably just too locked in on the ball. But gather yourself, get closer up, and get ready to crack a shot top corner in one of the corners, or at least do it with some speed. But you jumped so early that the ball ended up being low and didn't do anything. Again, it was pretty useless play all in all. Okay, yeah, that was a pretty solid 50. No, no, no. Go back to goal. Go back to goal. Go back to goal. No, not here. Just go straight back to goal. Go back to goal. That's the biggest thing I've noticed so far. Just go back to goal. Okay, you start doing it now, and you veer out. You actually veer out. I think you still need to be tuck in more. You need to be a lot much closer to goal. It'll make a big difference. You'll see if you start when you start doing it. It is what it is. Like I said, just take some work on. Oh no, what are you doing? No, no. Go back to goal. Again, go back to goal. Leave this to your teammate. He's already set up in goal. He's already set up in goal, ready to do something about this. Ready to clear it out. You need to go behind him, go back to goal. That's it. He's going to take it around the corner and intercept, meet your teammates. Even if he cuts across, his teammates got him. In every situation, your teammates got him. Trust your teammate. Leave it to him. Go back to goal. I see you creeping up. I see you creeping up. Oh god. Oh god. And you end up double commit. That's 100% on you. Teammate had it. The fact that you double committed now, because what's supposed to happen is your teammate goes for it first, and then you're supposed to get the second touch, the next touch, which can be downfield, you know, which could be downfield and will start your offense. But because you committed, and because now you jumped in the corner with no momentum and pretty much left it on a silver platter for the other team, there's no follow up. No one's following this up, at least except for the other team. No one can. Somehow he was really slow in getting it, but no, yeah, he gets the follow up. Again, you're still in a bad position. You need to be much closer to the goal. And honestly, I'm not even saying a lot of different things. It's pretty much all the same thing. You need to be here. Not where you are here. This is a bad spot. Every move needs to be, it's honestly, positioning is very simple. You need to be in, when it comes to defense, positioning and defense is fairly simple. Being too close to the walls is a bad thing. You shouldn't even be that far out. You should already be either bagging up or hitting a U-turn and going back to the goal to fill in. And now look, because you're backwards, you have no momentum. He's coming in full speed. You put yourself in a very tough position. The best you can hope for is just a 50-50 and it shoots up off the wall. That's the best you can hope for. And instead, yeah. Now you get the save, but you're strained. You guys are strained. This is again, there's no follow up to this. There's no build up play. You're not really capitalizing off of anything. Right now they're overextended. If you were in the right position, you could have definitely been pushing towards goal right now. But instead, you kind of just fighting for your life just to keep it from being scored. Okay, picking up boost. That's fine. Okay, be careful about going to the corner. I don't know if you're going to do it, but be careful about that. You don't want to go in the corner with your teammate. Okay, you turn away. Okay. 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 Nice shot. Okay, that looks like it's the end of the game. Okay, so overall, like I said, you need to definitely work on your discipline when going into goal. You need to be a lot more aware of your teammates. There are a lot of mechanical things, but it is what it is. You'll have to just decide on when if you want to figure that out. But yeah, awareness side, you need that's probably your biggest issue is awareness. Also your defensive positioning needs a lot of work. It's not hard. You can probably fix all this stuff in maybe a couple weeks. But it's just conscious effort, and if you do that, I think you'll definitely shoot up to Diamond 3. Because I think you got solid pace. You just give away possession too much. You're very you have very bad defensive positioning, and you're not aware at all. You have bad awareness, bad defense positioning, and you give up possession line. If you fix two of those three things, you'll see your rank shoot up. You probably get to Diamond 3 easy, and it'll be hard for you to get out of Diamond 3. So hope this helped, man. This again, I know this was really late. It's like almost a month later. I just really want to test this out and see if you liked it. All right, peace.